What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So, what to do if you're undervalued or underappreciated? And this is a really important one because most people are going to feel like this at some point in their life. You're going to feel undervalued for what you bring to the table, and you're going to feel underappreciated. People don't appreciate you. And it's really key to know what to do because I don't know about you, but I've definitely felt at times where I'm bringing more to the table than certain people, and I'm bringing more value to the table. And then there's another person over there who's bringing less to the table, bringing less value, but is more appreciated, more respected, more compensated. And so it's really important to know what to do here because this is a really hard one. This will lead you into potentially a really, really bad place if you don't know how to handle this. Now, the thing you need to understand first of all is that the universe is not a straight line. It's not linear. It's not like this straight line where you have this value, and I had to learn this. You have this value. Uh, you bring more than someone else. Therefore, you will be respected, more appreciated, more valued, more etc. But because the universe isn't a straight line, it's curved. It's like a circle. The universe is circular. It's not linear. It's not straight. This means that people have different perspectives. You see, a straight line in absolute terms is more straightforward. There's less perspective. But because things move in cycles, this leads to multiple perceptions, and it means things are not straightforward. It's curved. So the curvature leads to a wider range of perspective. So essentially, everyone sees what you're doing differently. People can view the same thing in a different way and from a different angle. So what you are bringing to the table, you may see as valuable, and this is a really hard one to get your head around. What you think is valuable, someone else may see as not valuable. So you think you're bringing value to the table, but the way someone else is perceiving it is not valuable. That doesn't mean that you're not bringing value. It means that someone's perspective of what you're bringing is not valuable. And if that person is in a position of power over you, then it's not going to end well for you because you're not going to receive the compensation. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you are bringing value and people just don't like you, truth be told. And that's another one you have to understand. So first, you need to check yourself. You need to check that you're covering as wide a range as possible of value, because then you're kind of covering your own back. You might think you're bringing value, but maybe you're not actually bringing as much value as you think. But if you cover a wide range of value, then you're covering your back. You're not guaranteeing anything, but then it means that somewhere there's going to be some type of value that you're bringing that is respected. And that means, in layman's terms, do not bring value in just one area. Bring value in multiple areas. And then the chances that you're going to feel respected, the chances you're going to feel appreciated, and the chances that you're going to feel valued are going to increase because you're bringing a wide range of value. If you bring value in one area, you're leaving yourself more open to feeling undervalued, because if you're only bringing value in one specific area, like if you're a manufacturer of chocolate and you only have one line of chocolates, one product, one chocolate bar that you sell, and you think it's really good and you're bringing value, well, unfortunately, some people aren't going to like it. Whereas you got another company, none of the chocolate bars are as good as your chocolate bar, but they've got 50 different lines of chocolate bars that they're selling. And they're more valued and more respected than you overall, more compensated than you. So that's one thing you have to be careful of, because we don't live in a linear universe. We live in a circular universe. it means that there's more of a range and people can see things from different perspectives. So that's one thing. Don't fall into that trap, and that will decrease the chances that you feel undervalued and underrated and underappreciated. But truth be told, there are times where you are just going to feel undervalued and underappreciated, and this is what, what do you do about that? Well, I've got a few points here because which I think are relevant. Do everything that's necessary. Do everything that is necessary for you to be valued and respected. Look at your competitors, wherever it is. Make sure you're doing, it could be your personal life, it could be a business, it could be your work life. Just cover, do everything, tick all the boxes that you possibly can, before you come to the conclusion that you're, undervalued and underrated and underappreciated. If you have done that, then you need to, if you've done that and you can truly say that you've done it, then you need to, in all honesty, you need to move into a different area. Like, you need to move into a different area, and that could be a different business, a different artistic form if you're a musician or an artist or something like that. Because sometimes the brick won't budge. Sometimes people are just not going to value and respect you. Now, have you ever been in that situation where you see people making lots of money, lots of, they're getting famous, and you're sitting there and you're just thinking to yourself, I have just as much value or more value to bring, and I'm sat here struggling to pay the bills? Have you ever felt? I'll be honest, I felt that before. So if the brick won't budge and people just won't respect you and people just won't value you, and you have ticked all the boxes and you said, I've done everything I can, then you need to change something. You need to change the niche that you're in. You need to change the people in your life. You need to end it with your partner. You just need to end it, and you just need to move on. That's not giving up, because this moves on to my next point. The next point is, never give up, but choose which tree you climb up. Because if there's someone there that just doesn't like you, or people that just don't like you, what can you do? Sometimes it's like at a boxing gym, and I'm not saying this is the case, that I'm one of the best boxers in the gym, but I'm never getting picked for fights. And I continue to be one of the best in that gym. I tick all the boxes. I do everything I possibly can, and I'm still not getting fights. Is it giving up if I leave that gym and go to another gym? Is that giving up, or is that just being sensible? Because people like to throw around this never give up sort of statement, never give up, like in an airy fairy voice, never give up, and all this motivation stuff. But if we're being real, we're all fighting a losing battle, because the only one that's undefeated is the universe. We all lose in the end. How determined you are is measured by how much you can take before you give up. If no one gave up, let's take boxing for example, then we'd all be boxing until we're 80 years old. But we don't, because as much as we are determined, our bodies in the physical world do not let us do, it gets to a certain point and it's end of the road. But how determined and how much heart you have is measurable by how much you take before you call it a day. Because I don't care who you are, at some point you see fighters quitting in the ring, you see MMA fighters quitting in the ring, boxers quitting in the ring, and this is just, I'm just using combat for an example. Everyone has that point where they cannot go any further. Every single mortal soul walking this earth has a point where they cannot go past. I'm not ignorant to that fact. It's not something we like to talk about, but it's true. And that's why you should never make fun of someone who gives up, because we all have that point where we cannot go past. But how tough we are is measured by how much we can take, unfortunately. So, that being said, never give up, but choose which tree you're going to climb up is smart. That's the smart way to do it. If I have one tree where that tree has it in its mind and in its soul that it's not going to let me win, even though I've got this skill set. Someone else has not got a skill set, but that tree has it in its mind and it's just going to let that guy shoot to the top. You are wasting your time. You need to work it out. The tree's going to look at you like, has he not worked it out yet? And then you find another tree and it suits you to the ground. The tree likes you and the tree lets you shoot to the top. But if you spend 15 years trying to shoot up the top of a tree that don't like you, it's going to keep throwing leaves at you. It's going to keep chucking branches at you. This other guy, it's going to just make its way and just give it a straight route to the top. And we see that. We see people with no talent making it to the top all the time. All the time. Because that tree like that person. You need to find your tree. Find your tree. Find that area where it is a plain sail. Because you could spend your life trying to climb up something that just doesn't want you to climb up. And 10 years from now, you are going to still be at the bottom with talent, ability, grind at the bottom. And then you're going to have some airy-fairy know-nothing at the top going on TV saying, never give up and you'll get what you want in life. And it will frustrate you. It will frustrate. Take it from me. It will frustrate you. So what you got to do is find the area that likes you, and it will be plain sailing. So never give up, but choose which tree to climb up, and it will decrease the chance that you feel undervalued, underappreciated, underrated. Believe me. And it may not be the one that first comes into your mind. Sometimes we like to be picky and choosy as humans. Like we like to think, oh no, this is what I want to do. You know, man makes plans and God laughs. We sometimes have these stupid ideas in our mind that we think are sensible at the time. And we think, this guy became a rapper, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 4 albums and then I'll be rich because this guy made 4 albums and then I'll be rich. Like, this guy made 4 albums, he was rich, I'm going to make 4 albums and I'll be rich. And God just laughs at you. Like, no two stories are the same. You got to find where you're at, you got to find what is plain sailing for you, and then you've got to go forth and achieve your goals, because that is how it works. You know, you try and complete someone else's story and you're going to have a very sad story. So yeah, like, never give up, but choose which tree to climb up. All my other points out here. Yeah, never give up. Reduce what you're giving to people. There are people who don't appreciate you. There are people that don't appreciate you, whether it be like family, whether it be friends, whether it be work. Where possible, reduce your service. Reduce your service to people. Seriously, reduce your service. Like, sometimes people appreciate more when you're not there. Your silence is deafening. Like, honestly, reduce your service to people. Some people, they just need you out of their life to see how much you bring to their life. But remember this, most people have a natural inclination towards you. So you reduce what you bring it back, and very soon it's back to the old ways, because that's just the pattern that's been set, and we're creatures of habit. But reduce what you give, either temporarily, which doesn't always work, that's because of what I just said before, or permanently. Not to be immature, but so that you can, and this leads on to my next point, so you can bring your service to people who do appreciate you. And this is something that I really need to touch upon. This is something that I really need to touch upon. And I've done this, and we've all done this. I've done it, you've done it, we've all done it. We want to impress certain people, whether it be a girl, your friends, your family. We have an idea in our heads about who we want in our life. But some of these people just ain't playing ball. I used to have a friend who, like, I used to chill with him. I could have chilled with other people, and all that ever happened was not good. And this guy never showed me no respect or anything. But there were people who did show me respect. I didn't chill with them as much. Sometimes we have an idea in our heads about who we're going to chill with, who we're going to be cool with, and who our circle is. And again, this is us being stupid. But then if you act and you feel undervalued, underrated, underappreciated, not respected. But then if you actually look on your phone or think about the people you know, there are actually people out there that do respect you, do appreciate you, do like you. And you're just not giving these people time of day. And honestly, it's one of the oldest tricks in the book to just change who you rearrange your social list. Like, because there, as I said, like, there's this girl that you're chasing, and then there's this other girl who you're not giving the time of day to, and she's actually interested in you. Like, you might think the other one's prettier, you might think the other one is more compatible with you, clearly not. Like, oh, she just changed this one thing, we'd be so compatible. Well, small details make a big difference. You're not compatible because she's not giving you the time of day. But then you got this other girl, she's there, she's waiting for you, but you just are too hard-headed to see it. But you do know it, you just don't want to, you just have this idea in your head that it's going to be you and her, but you and her ain't working. You and her over here is working, could work, and you're just like letting it slip out of your fingers. Or you got this friend who, you want to chill with, you got good vibes with, but they're not respecting you, and they're like disrespecting you, and they're doing horrible things to you. And that's the one you want to chill with because you have the most jokes from time to time. You always have a friend who may be a bit more boring, a bit more, like whatever, like not as wild and out there, but they're giving you the time of day. You're ignoring that person. You got this job that you really want, but you keep applying, they keep saying no. You got these other offers, and you keep turning them down. So sometimes we need to actually like look at who is valuing and appreciating us, because those are the places where we can grow. Those are the places with longevity. So that's where you go to the well, you're going to come back with water, not these worthless pursuits because we got some silly ideas in our mind. And I've done it, you've done it, we've all done it. Now, the other one here, last point, because this is already longer than I thought it was going to be. I was trying to make this under 10 minutes, but sometimes, again, you make plans and God laughs. But listen, protect your energy. Protect your energy. This universe is energy in, energy out. Energy in, energy out. I say hi, you say hi. That's energy in, energy out, energy exchange. That we operate on energy in, energy out. We go out there and we plow the field, and then we eat the fruit of our labor. That's energy in, energy out. Like, we put the energy in and we get the energy out. Now, if you're continuously putting energy into something and getting nothing back, and you do it for so long, you will get tired. You will get tired. You will feel drained. You will feel heavy because you're giving your energy away, and we are finite on this earth. We don't have an unlimited supply of energy. We don't have that. So we're putting our energy into something and we're getting nothing back. The only time you can really do that is if you've got energy coming in from another source. Like, I'll make videos on YouTube for free. I don't care. And the reason I do that is because I don't rely on YouTube for my income. So I don't really care. So I've got energy coming in from another source, so I can make YouTube videos and not really care if I don't get paid from it. Now, if you were to continuously put your energy into something and that's all you're putting your energy into, then it's bad. But typically speaking, it's not a good habit to plow your energy into something and continuously get nothing back. You will feel undervalued, underrated, underrespected. The universe has its favorites. I'm sorry to tell you. Look at all these stars making millions, and they're complaining because they have to use a $5 million bowl instead of a $10 million bowl, like, to eat their food out of. The universe has its favorites, unfortunately. Nothing you can do about it. Just all I can say, and the universe, life is hard. It is really hard. There are certain things that I don't like about certain things, and you will feel undervalued, underrated, underrespected. Let me tell you this right now, yeah. Let me tell you this right now. The universe, like, there are so many of people out there, yeah. So many people out there who will not get what they deserve in life. They will not get what they deserve in life. I'm sorry. All this stuff you hear on TV is lies. Like, oh yeah, you keep trying and one day you'll get what you deserve. What they need to say is you keep trying your hardest because history favors the bold. If you don't try, you'll never get it. But it's not guaranteed, but at least you would have tried. That's what they should tell you. They'll say there's no guarantees, but try, because you won't know if you didn't try. And the history tends to favor the bold. That's a truthful statement, or a more true statement. But when they say just keep trying and one day, they're not suffering the consequences of those lies, because you chase it and you never get it. What are you gonna do? Ask them for a refund? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm telling you the truth. success is not guaranteed. There is a chance, there are people out there, there's going to be more people out there who are the most talented, gifted people in the world, will never get noticed, never get appreciated, and not be remembered by the masses. I'm sorry, it's the truth. But the best, you know, it may be, that may be you, that may not be you. The majority, you know, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm just saying, like, that may be you, that may not be you. You may be someone who's, yeah, appreciated, you may be someone who's not appreciated. The best thing you can do is to try, and the best thing you can do is to understand, don't let the world define you. We live in a funny universe. And the other thing that you can do is, don't do not chase worthless pursuits. You might have an idea in your mind about what should be working out. Look at what would work out for you. Look at what is working out if you give it a chance. So yeah, but if you feel undervalued, underappreciated, underrespected, as most people at some point in their life are going to feel, don't let the world define you. And with that, enjoy your day, and I'll see you on the next video.